Okay, so I was thinking about this, and that president that we got now, Barack Obama, he spends a lot of money on his campaign, and I was thinking that if I could raise some money from people, I'm sorry, if I was raising money for some people, maybe what I could do instead of putting out signs and everything, maybe what I'll do instead is give out something free, like maybe an iPod, one of those touch things where you touch it and it does the thing. And if you tell a friend to vote for me and you guarantee me that they vote for me, then maybe I'll give you an iPad touchy thing, and then I'll give your friend an iPod Touch. And instead of spending all those $700 million, what I'll just do is give out iPads. And maybe, and if you don't want to, maybe I'll make it like you pick it. You know how those kids do those campaign things and they sell those ribbons and crap to people? Maybe what I'll do is you get a little book and you get to pick the thing that you want to pick whenever you vote for me. Okay, so moving on. Last night video I'm trying to get up, but apparently I can't go over 15 minutes, which is beyond me because some of my videos that are already posted are 15 minutes, but it's trying to kick them out of the system. So, there's somebody out there talking. Who is that? Okay, so social issues in the United States was a problem that people talked to me about. And really, the only thing that I can say about that is maybe we should make it to where people have to be more social and say hello. Now, the only thing that comes to mind about the social issue is really just to be nice to your neighbor, regardless of their color or creed or gender or not gendered, religion, creed, whatever it is. Just be nice to people. And the whole social issue in the United States is going to be taken care of. Now, drug trafficking. I've been thinking about drugs for a long time. And though we're going to legalize marijuana, maybe we should look at a broader aspect of the whole drug situation and figure out how we can. I don't know if you've ever met someone who's like addicted to ice or meth or snorting cocaine or something, but it does get to be a problem. But my thing is, they're getting it from places that we have no clue what it is. I think if we find out there's a drug house somewhere, what we need to do is take those people, tie them to a pole in the house, and burn it down. Because there's only one way you're going to get rid of a drug operation. I'm tired of these gang. That's another thing. The mafia and all these mafia people, they sitting there causing trouble for everybody. I ain't scared of no mafia. I think that it's something we can take care of, and we just find all these corrupt people that's in the government and the police departments, and we get rid of them. And we put nice honest people. So what I'm going to do is maybe I'll have a campaign to have normal people. Slow down. Normal people in the big offices. And they can figure out who's corrupt and who's not. Because if you look in the police departments in those big cities, I'm sure that those big money people up there and the mafia people, I'm sure they do run the city. Because they paying off the people. So I think if they can't be paid off, they're not going to be able to pay them off because they're going to get fired. And maybe we should send them to jail. Now, terrorism. Terrorism is a horrible thing. A lot of issues stem up from terrorism. Now, I think what we should do is what I was talking about before. If someone comes from another country and blows up one of our buildings, we're going to go over there and blow up two of theirs. Because this ain't, it's like I said, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and a dog for a dog. So I honestly believe if someone comes over here to hurt us, we're going to go hurt them right back. And we're not going to start a long war. We're just going to go blow them. We're going to sneak our people in like they're going to live there. And then we're going to wait for the right time, give them the bomb, and just blow up something. Drive a plane right into one of their buildings. Maybe they don't have a building just as big as ours, but still, I think that if they know that we're going to do the same thing, then we should deal with it. Now, another thing, the United States don't deal with terrorism. Now, I think that's a problem. I think we need to deal with them and take charge of them and put someone in there and make them think that they're on our side, and we just wipe them all out. So, moving into the next thing. Those pirates out there in the bay, out in the Gulf, that's driving around taking the United States boats and stuff. Now, if they out there with guns, we got bigger ones. I don't understand how these little bitty tiny boats are getting on these big old huge ships and taking charge of them. All I think that we need to do is just blow them out of the water. I mean, how you going to look bad? Everybody's like, you can't blow up the little pirate boats. Yeah, you can. If they're out there with big old guns and stuff, blow them up. And then they're done. I swear that whole pirate problem is going to be taken care of. I didn't even know there was such thing as pirates left in the world until I heard about these pirates out there. Now, I think that's silly. So, and another thing that I was thinking about doing is this. In all the states that we have the capitals. I think what we need to do is every 2 years move the capital. Like right now, say it's in Austin in Texas, and then the capital right now is in Austin. Well, this next year we're going to move it, and let's say we're going to move it to San Antonio, because then everybody's going to visit other places in the capitals. Right now in Colorado, it's down there in, where's the capital? Colorado. Denver. Well, we're going to move it down to Colorado Springs. And then say the capital in Nebraska is Omaha. Well, we're going to make the capital Lincoln, because the capital can move every 2 years to where it makes it fair, where these politicians are maybe in your neighborhood and you have a chance to go talk to them instead of having to drive in 10 hours. So the capital, New York City, Manhattan, I think we just move them. And every 2 years, we're going to change the capital of all these places. And that's just the way it's going to be fair. And then tourism is going to be coming more down into your part of the country all the time. Now, I just think that's the fairest thing to do. So the problem that I see is they got those fancy buildings with the little pole up there with like a little gold guy on it. Now, I don't know if we should make that to where that's like the mother office, and then we have smaller offices in other towns all the time, or maybe like get the Holiday Inn meeting room or something, so where those Holiday Inn people can put up when there's a vote and move, because it's not like the White House. It's a lot smaller. And my thing, what we should do is the governors who has to go in their state, maybe what we should do is we should get some traveling RVs, and they can travel around to where their capital is. Instead of living in a big house, they can live in an RV while they're traveling through their country and through their state, going from one place to the new capital. And then like every 15 years, it goes back to the original capital that it set forth. Now, I think that's the fairest thing to do. So, the next thing I want to cover is this conspiracy for everybody who says that there's diseases that people have. A lot of people have already told me that they think that the government has these secret cure remedies for big diseases like cancer and the shaken disease and the everything, everything. And I think what we need to do is we need to make it When I get in there, I'm going to go over there and talk to the scientists at the White House. And now, if there's some conspiracy, people hiding diseases that are cured, but they ain't telling us about it, I'm going to find them. And I'm going to go ahead and cure everybody with everything that we got. Because it just ain't fair if the people in the government gets the fancy disease control thing and we can't get it. And I think I want to hold the people accountable. I mean, really, you've been searching for a cure for the last 50 years. I mean, what are you thinking? I mean, you hadn't found a cure yet. Maybe we should move someone else in there to do that job. I mean, they're just wasting money. And I think that there's a lot of probably things that they're spending money on that's a waste. I mean, look at them USDMA. I mean, they sitting out there and they tell us what we can eat, what we can't eat, what you can put on a label, what you can't put on a label. I mean, we just need to look at all the governments and figure out where they're spending this money on, and how many people does it take to sit there and tell us that smoking's not good for us. We already know. You don't need to tell us. I mean, and if we want to smoke, it's our business. If we want to go and drink tequila, that's our business too. I don't think no one should be telling us what we can and can't do. It's that simple. Now, I think that the next thing that we need to work on is how much money these people, these monopoly people, are charging us for monopolizing like the electricity. Why can't there be more than one AEP person that we can get electricity from? Why can't there be like more than one phone company in our town that we can get phone service from other than the cell phone? Because the thing is the phone company people, they're getting people canceling because they have service through a cell phone. Now I think we need to figure out these cell phones. You walking into the store to buy something, and people are on their cell phone talking loudly. And then you go to the doctors and they're talking on their cell phone. Then you go to eat dinner and the cell phone rings and they're talking on their cell phone. I think that we need to put some law in the fact that says when you're around like more than 10 people, you're not allowed to answer your cell phone. I just think that that's the best way to handle it. And we really need to think about courtesy to other people. Okay. Oh my God. Alright. So, the last thing I want to cover is the Constitution of the United States. And I'm thinking that I'm going to change it some. And whenever I want to change it, I just think what I should be able to do is go right in there and just make some adjustments, scratch it out on the paper, erase some things, and make sure the Constitution, whenever they created it, it was created properly. And I think that we should be able to go in there and make it. I mean, I know they had to use pencil because back then that wasn't this fancy. It can be changed. And we need to go in there and change the Constitution. So sorry, I just had a yawn. It's been a long day. We need to change the Constitution to make sure it fits everybody. Because they made that thing like 300 years ago, and it ain't what it is today. And we need to make some adjustments to it and make sure that we are getting the Constitution rights that we demanded before we were born. And right to bear arms. We need those. We need those rights. I don't know who was the stupid person that took out the gun control person. And then we'll figure it out. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about today is I'm going to call like the Pope and talk to him about things to do with the church, because I think that he's on the right direction and the right path, but I think that we need to make some adjustments to where the priest can be married, because I think that's the right thing to do. So thank you for listening today. I'm looking forward to getting my video out there, and look forward to the yesterday video that didn't get loaded. This video is going to get on there, and then I'll see you tomorrow. And I want to thank you. Johnny Rodriguez for president. Appreciate you so much.